everyone, welcome back to Pitt Tonight. I'm your host Victoria Troy, and I'm here for an extended interview with Caitlyn Lazzarini.
Hi guys.
Caitlyn is the goalkeeper for Pitt women's soccer. So first, Caitlyn, how long have you been playing soccer?
I've been playing soccer since I was like maybe 4 or 5, like just in little league. It was the first sport I ever played, and I've played different sports here and there. I tried other things, even took a year off, and I think soccer's just what stuck, so probably since I could walk.
Well, when did you start playing goalkeeper? Because you're saying you didn't start out that way.
I started playing goalkeeper when I was like middle school is when it really stuck, so I was kind of late in the process, but I was a mix of field and goalkeeper. I started in the goal when I was younger, and I think every team like kind of has that moment where they're like, hey, we need a goalkeeper. Anyone want to try it? And I was like, why not? Like, I was like tough. I was a tough little kid, so I was like, I'll go in goal. I ended up really liking it. I ended up being kind of good at it, so I was like, whatever. So then once recruiting started to come around, I started to get serious about it. I started to analyze like, what am I better at? And I think I started to get recruited more as a goalkeeper, so I just kind of was like, maybe that's my route, maybe that's how I'll go. So then I did, and then it stuck, and then eventually just got recruited as a goalkeeper. So
Awesome. I've always felt that goalkeeping would be so stressful because you're the last line of defense,
right.
Everything like that. How do you sort of deal with that stress, or is it not stressful? Is it just like, I know I'm doing my job?
It definitely comes with a certain like responsibility and a certain mindset. I think it's almost an entirely different sport sometimes than the field players, and I think that because obviously I don't use my feet nearly as much, it's more of a hand game, and you kind of have to like be okay with getting hit. You have to be okay with getting out there and catching the ball or whatever you have to do. The stress is definitely a lot because obviously, like, once it gets past you, like, that's it, and, like, it's the difference between winning and losing a game. But one thing I had to learn over time was that there's 3 lines of defense, and once it gets through all 3 and it gets through you, like, you kind of just have to tell yourself those little things, otherwise you get in your head. The one thing I've always been told was, as a goalkeeper, you have to have a short-term memory because you just have to get back in it and save the next one, so there's definitely a stress that comes with that, but I've learned to deal with it.
That's a really interesting mentality with a short-term memory, but it's really smart. Is there anything that you would want to tell younger you? Like, how do you think that she would see you now playing at the collegiate level? Amazing.
That's a great question. I guess I always had these dreams and ambitions to go play at the highest level, and there's always that down in your head where you're like, yes, I know I'm capable of it. I know I can do it. I know that I'm a hard enough worker, but the cards kind of have to all play in the right way to get there. And I think if I were my younger self, I would tell myself to not stress as much, to not be so hard on myself. I think I've always liked the disciplinary factor of myself, but to not always care so much about what certain people say, what coaches say, and kind of just let the love for the game that I've always had, let that drive me rather than just making it to the next level of everything. Just let passion be the reason you're in it, not because you just want to get to the next thing.